Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm glad to be back for a new episode. As a reminder, you know that I'm forced to upload my videos, my reaction videos on YouTube a new way. It's not what I want to do, it's not what I did for the entire season 1. I don't have the choice anymore about how to do that, and because I don't want to exclude you on YouTube and to only post these reaction videos for animes on my Patreon, I chose to do things like that. I hope that you can understand, I hope that you appreciate it. You know that I'm not excluding you. You have the reaction part into the description. Please stay with me right there for the video, for the intro, or at least the review, you know, of the episode. It's cool, you know, it's rewarding me for my work for these videos. And if you want advantages like to have 4 episodes of advance, to have these reaction videos with the full reaction part, it's on my Patreon. You have all of the links for everything into the description. Okay, about what is happening right now into the story, guys, I thought about it between the last session, you know, I've been watching and this one. I told you that I was expecting for this anime to stay with Satoru and all of these guys, this generation, for at least the first half of the season. And in fact, editing the previous episodes, I saw that they were all taking the same title for the episode, and that this episode was the last one with this title. It's the part 4 with this title. So I'm a little like, was it only 4 episodes? Was it only 4 episodes, you know, for that memory, in fact, and all? I'm not going to appreciate it if it's the case, because you know that I was very surprised and excited about the fact that we would spend time with Satoru and his friends, because I love Satoru, but also because I wanted to see how Geto evolved, you know, like that, took that path, also how the relationship with Satoru, his relationship with Satoru evolved. So now I'm really like, it's not enough for episodes, it was not enough, clearly. Maybe it's gonna be enough to talk about that story, about that girl who was supposed to merge with... I missed the name right now. Tengen? It was that, right? Who was supposed to merge with someone and all. Maybe it's enough to tell her story, that memory, but it's clearly not enough to discover more about Satoru, more about Geto, to explain everything about them. So I would be disappointed if that new theory that I have, only based on the titles of the episodes, is revealed true. I want at least all of the first half of this season with them. I think that 12 episodes, it's enough to explore all of what I want them to explore. 4 episodes, it's clearly not enough. It's an introduction. We'll see. Satoru can't be dead, we know it, we have him into the present time. Unless I am right with that theory, in which I believe at not even 1%, the fact that, in fact, maybe he truly died, and the Satoru that we have right now, it's a cursed spirit creature created by Geto. We saw that it can happen. You know, into the movie we had that kid who couldn't accept that his girlfriend, you know, his lover died in front of her, so in fact he resurrected her with that appearance of a cursed creature. Maybe Geto did that with Satoru, giving him that appearance of the real Satoru? I don't want to believe that, I don't really believe that. Like I said, it's a theory like less than 1% that I have about it. But the fact is that right there, he looks really dead, Satoru. But he survived, so how? How can he survive that? We'll see. Geto, no matter what, thinks that Satoru is dead. And just in front of his eyes, Fushiguro killed the girl that he tried to save, because in fact he offered her a way out of this situation. So really right there Geto can get so mad, can go crazy. It was not so that much of a surprise for me for Geto to offer that to the girl, because during the movie, again, we had that memory of him offering to save two girls, even if it was against what the Jujutsu sorcerers wanted, something like that. So right there I was clearly not surprised that he did the same in fact for this one, even if it would imply that this place wouldn't be safe anymore or that. So for this episode, I'm expecting for Geto to go crazy. I'm expecting to have an answer about how Satoru survived. I don't understand how it can be. And we need also to have an answer about what is gonna happen now that the girl died. Tengen, do you need to find someone else to merge with? What is gonna happen right there? And Fushiguro's dad also, maybe it's Satoru or Geto who killed you. I'm wondering if or Fushiguro, Megumi, he knows about it or not. We'll see. And I'm gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode. Like I said earlier, if you want on my Patreon, you have the 4 reaction parts, you have 4 episodes of advance, you have the full opacity. It's the best way to support me. And right now, for you on YouTube, you have the reaction part into the description, with the link into the description, and I will see you just in a few seconds for the review right there on the YouTube video. Let's go! The question now is, did he do it? Was it that thing, you know, which caused for him to be banned? For what I remember, he was banned from the Jujutsu sorcerers because he killed a lot of people. Maybe it was right there, but it means that he was banned for doing something that Satoru pushed him to do. Like right there, it's Satoru who told him that he could do it. Geto refused and Satoru insisted, and for what I understood at the end, Geto accepted. So it was Satoru's ideas, it was him who insisted, and it's Geto who got banned. Like Satoru, if he didn't have during that moment the girl into his arms, maybe he would have done it himself. Maybe that's why you stayed good friends. Like, you know, I remember again that at some point we had Geto and Satoru face to face. Geto being already on the wrong side and all. And Satoru didn't arrest him, stopped him. He still called him his best friend. He still talked to him in a nice way. You're not fighting for the same side, both of you. Like, I'm wondering, if you're still friends, but you're not fighting for the same side, it's weird, no? And now that we can see that you had the same ideas, you were seeing the stuff the same way about helping that girl to maybe get released, you know, not merge with Tengen, accepting that, being okay to protect her, and right there about killing all of these guys and all. Like, they were on the same page, even for these things, these big things. And right now they still consider each other as friends. I'm a little lost and confused about their relationship right now. And if I'm right about they still consider each other as friends, it means that something is wrong with we're fighting for 2 opposite sides, we are enemies now. No, you're not enemies, you're friends. What's happening? Okay, about the rest of this episode. Fushiguro's dad was fighting in a wonderful way, even if the guy was a fucking asshole, acting so arrogant and all. And clearly, for what he said earlier about Megumi, I really considered him as an asshole. I couldn't help myself but to admire how he was fighting. But I could not help myself neither than to love, just love, Satoru appearing like that and getting him like that so easily, in fact, For sure, I loved it. First, we had Fushiguro's dad fighting with Geto, and that was interesting, but I think that it was more interesting for Geto, for what was said about that cursed spirit that he can take inside, which is keeping tools for him. All of that thing, maybe it's stuff that Geto reused after that. The fact also that he couldn't attack that particular cursed spirit, and at the end, after Fushiguro's dad getting killed, that cursed spirit, which has that ability that he couldn't attack himself in front of him, I'm pretty sure that he didn't kill him, but that he took it with him. That it became one of his cursed spirits. Fushiguro's dad, the fact that he died like that, killed by Satoru, I thought about it earlier during the previous episodes, and I was already considering the fact that right now Satoru is Megumi's mentor. So I'm really like, does he know, Megumi, that you killed his father? Does he care about it? If he knows, would he care about it? If he would learn it? What did he think truly about his father? I'm not sure about it. And right there, that, it's not really a memory, it's a picture of hugging Megumi when he was young. The fact that you gave him that name, and the fact that you loved him, you took care of him, but you evolved being that fucking asshole who almost didn't remember the name of his own son, who didn't care about him at all. You loved him, you cared about him, but you're ending being that asshole who almost can't remember his name, who doesn't care about him. What happened? This anime, about its characters, like, they have that tendency to begin to talk about one character and their backgrounds, but really just to begin it with one picture, one little scene, but to not go further with it. Maybe I'm getting a little tired about it, because they did that for almost everyone. For almost everyone, we have the beginning of an explanation of why they are like that through a little memory, but in fact it's not a full memory, it's the beginning of the memory, and we have to imagine stuff, and maybe they are totally wrong. I'm getting a little tired of it. Because now what? I have to consider that Fushiguro's dad was a good dad, loved him, took care of him, so something happened which made him change like that. What? And no matter what, even if there is something which happened, at the end, you know what I think about that kind of stuff? You can have bad stuff happening to you and all, but at the end, if he chose to be an asshole, to be arrogant, to talk like that about his own son, he did it. No one forced him to do it, to say this stuff, to act like that, to be like that. And now what? For the next episode, are we gonna stay with Satoru and that generation or not? Like I said during the intro, I saw during the editing of the previous episodes that we had 4 episodes named the same, and that it was part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. So now I'm really like, maybe the episode 5 we're gonna go back with Yuji and his friends. For sure I would appreciate it, because I appreciate them, but I would have wanted to stay more with Geto, Satoru and all. But now that we finished that story about the girl, and that things were revealed about them, I'm like, maybe in fact yes, we are gonna go back with Yuji and all during the episode 5. I would want at least one more episode, please, just to see that evolution of Geto, to understand the evolution of his relationship with Satoru. I need explanation, so just give me one more episode at least, and accelerate time so we can see what happened. Time jumps, I don't know. One more. Please, one more. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have one more, because I'm gonna watch the next episode right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can already have my reactions and my thoughts to the 4 next episodes on my Patreon, with the full opacity, with the 4 action part. It's with the level 3, you have the link into the description. it's all for you for this video, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.